obviously, I looked at the first thing. Is it the fuse in the plug? No, it wasn't that. Is it often these connectors in the swivel head kind of either get broken or get grubbed up? Wasn't that. I didn't think it would be because it didn't splutter to a halt, and then it wasn't anything wrong with the brushes. So knowing that it was one of these variable speed ones, I kind of, well, my suspicions fell on the usual suspects, and that is knowing that there is some semiconductors involved in that variable speed. I thought it's most probably lies on this board. So, you know, for sake of expedience and also clearing up what I had to clear up in order to get out of where I was, I just sort of bridged out this so it was just on full speed all the time from the moment you switch it on. And this, by the way, is not a recommendation of what to do. It's just it's just what I did. So having now had some headspace to come back and look at it, I've put this back in just to check, and indeed, yeah, with this back in, it doesn't work. So I can buy a replacement one of these, about £15 from the usual places. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna bother. I think I might actually just wire it so it's just a simple single speed vacuum cleaner. I can't see. I mean, I only ever used to turn it on and turn it straight on to full power anyway. So downsides. Higher inrush current, because I think this had some sort of soft start built into it as well. So, you know, there is that. Possibly that may lead to premature wear on the brushes. Don't know. Maybe that's a. I mean, they didn't used to have soft start, and this. So I don't know how much of an issue that's going to be. But it certainly doesn't seem to be a high enough inrush current to blow the fuse in the plug. So I think instead of replacing it, just for it to probably go again at the most inopportune moment, I'm going to rewire this a little bit to make it a bit simpler with less to go wrong. Yeah, as I say again, this is not an instructional video on how to do something, just for your interest only. Just a quick overview of the kind of power route through Henry here, from the 3-pin ball plug. It's just got a 2-core cable that goes into it's kind of the head top of the unit, and there's these 2 contacts, which you don't need me to tell you that if this is plugged in, these are going to be lethal. So don't play around with it if you don't know what you're doing. Interestingly, the outer one is connected to the line and the inner one to neutral. So that's slightly unusual, but I mean, I don't suppose there's any real reason why not. Then those contacts are picked up on these slip rings, which allows you to wind the cord in if you like. Quite often these do fail, and quite often this gets so gunged up that it has a poor contact as well. So that was one of my first suspicions. From there, there's 2 cables on the inside that go up to just a couple of tabs. Don't judge, right? So I was just testing. Those 2 then go here, and interestingly, the line goes into the switch there, then another permanent live off to the control board, comes out of the switch and goes straight up to this bit, which is just like a double terminal. They're connected together, and that white wire is one of the wires that goes straight then to the motor. The other motor winding comes out to here, which then plugs onto that control board. But the long and short of it is, as it stands, the live or line is connected to the motor. You just need the neutral. Really, I had to tape up those and then put these 2 together. Yeah, put these 2 together, and then it just worked as just a simple on-off single speed. So I'm just going to kind of tidy that up and make that a bit more of a permanent feature. Once you pop these switches out, things look a bit simpler, a lot simpler actually, and you'll realise that if you just take that off, that then comes away, which leaves you pretty much that's one connection to the motor, that's the other, so I'm just going to clip that top off there, and you've got power coming into this switch on this side, and that would be the power out that side, so I can just connect those onto there. I'll do that. Right, back together in its more simple modified state. By far the most difficult part of that was getting this sandwich of bits back together and the motor located. Well, if you've done it, you know what I'm on about. But yeah, it's there. So what I'm left with now is I need you can probably buy a blank sort of switch, or I could just put the old one in there and have it doing nothing. But I think I'm going to use the laser cutter. Yeah. Okay, all back together. That's the bag of surplus bits now. I'm pretty happy with that. The one thing I have learned is that it takes a lot longer to fix something when you're trying to film it. Yep, typical. You always forget to put something back on. Here we go again.